Well, hello there. I'm Nusha, also known as Ferocious and Pretty Pens, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, glad you came back for more of this, I guess. For this video, I am going to continue my review of Van Dieman's inks. This is the last Van Dieman ink that I bought. It is Van Dieman's Pink Radish. And if you're interested in learning more about that ink and seeing it in action, then keep watching. When I think of pink radishes, they're actually pink. They're a deep pink, but they are pink. The other thing that I'll say is the Harvest line is packaged a little bit differently than the Wilderness series. And it came with a metallic, I guess, film on top of it to help prevent leaking. The ink leaked anyway. Not very much. I didn't lose very much ink in transport, but I thought that was interesting. I've never received an ink with that sort of a film on top of it before. Is that fairly normal for jar inks? Most of my inks don't come in jars like this. Most of them are in some sort of a bottle. So this was a little bit different for me. I'll give you some first thoughts about the ink, and then I may either fast forward through or cut and start recording again when it gets interesting. We'll see. I can already tell this is going to be another really wet ink, and I think it's going to have major issues on Rhodia. First impressions, I do see a little bit of pinky in the way that it's shading, but it's more of a red than it is a pink. And as you can see, it's going to have the same issues as the other inks on Rhodia. So instead of putting you through that torture of watching me do all of that, I am going to use video editing magic. All right, we have movie magic, and up here we have the Rhodia, and as I said in my last video, I'm going to start doing Tomoe River. So here's 52 GSM Tomoe River in that same notebook I used last time, and we can compare the two. I'm going to zoom you guys in. Come on in, the water's just fine. Sorry, just a weirdo. Sitting at home by myself, filming random things. Now it's the same as before, where it really seeped into the paper on the Rhodia and it didn't on the Tomoe River. There's a little bit of a color difference, and I don't know if the camera is able to pick this up at all. Because it seeped into the paper on the Rhodia, it appears more red. Whereas on the Tomoe River, it looks a little bit more pink, which is now making sense as to why the ink is called Pink Radish. Because this looks more like a pink radish to me than this does. This is a little bit too dark. The other thing that I'll say is that it is really trying hard to sheen on this paper. I don't know if it's at all visible, but there's a little bit of itty bitty bit of haloing on the Tomoe River, but not much. So this is another ink that's mainly a shading ink. All right, here we are with the full ink one-pager. Random factoid of the day. I didn't know this, but there's such thing as black radishes. Really interesting. Just like last time, before I do the wrap-up and give you my thoughts on the ink, let's do the Ink-Cyclopedia. Alright, now that that's dry, let's look to see what this is comparable to in the other Ink-Cyclopedia. If Rubine and Diamine Scarlet or Pelican Star Ruby had a baby, I think it would be this ink. I don't have anything quite exactly like it. Good on me, because this is unlike any of the other colors that I have in my collection. So let's zoom out a little bit further and look some more, but I really don't think that there's anything in here. I mean, Mandara by Krishna Inks is close, but this is too pink. And if we were to go into the more orangey colors, I mean, that's a little bit too light. Yeah, so all in all, this will be a pretty unique ink to my collection, which is awesome. So now let's do the wrap up. This is the last Van Diemen's ink that I have. I have not purchased any more, and across the board, all of the Van Diemen's inks, all three of them that I now have, Tasmanian Robin Pink, Black Tongue Spider Orchid, as well as this one, Pink Radish, are all friggin' wet. Wet as a hose in my pen. And I think it's because their shimmer inks are really shimmery. And I frickin' missed the boat when I went to go buy inks to, I guess, use and review. Because when I went to go buy inks, all of the shimmer inks were completely sold out. Danusha, like, that should have clued me in that that is where the party's at. So everyone and their mom is out at a party, having the time of their lives, and here I am at home with my non-shimmery inks, which are really beautiful, but at the same time, like, duh, like, I like shimmer inks. So what I'll say is this: if you are interested in Van Diemen's inks, their standard line without the shimmer is really wet. So I hope you have paper that can either handle it or really dry pens that you want to put them in. If you want to get in on the real exciting part of Van Diemen's inks, my suggestion is to try out their shimmer inks. I haven't tried them, but I've heard good things, I've seen good things on social media, and by golly, I am still on a no ink buy. And it's getting hard, my friends. I am almost completely done with a bottle of ink, and I have like 10 inks that I want to buy to replace it. So, the temptation. Anyway, neither here nor there. But if you're interested in Van Diemen's inks, I found that their standard line doesn't really sheen at all, so you're not going to get any of that. My recommendation is to go for the shimmer inks if you're feeling super crazy and snazzy. So from here, I think I am going to continue doing fountain pen ink reviews, but I think I'm going to make them a lot shorter. I'm not going to walk you through my process and the hand lettering or sketches or any of that, but I'm going to show you the completed page, and we'll talk about my experiences with the ink and just do a really quick writing sample. Because for a $12 to $18 bottle of ink, it doesn't need to be, you know, a movie production of epic proportions. So I think I'm going to shorten them, and from here I'm going to jump over and start doing Three Oysters next. I have a whole bunch of Three Oyster samples that I've never cracked into, and I want to share those with you. If there is a particular ink that you would like me to review that I may or may not have in my collection, let me know in the comments. If I have it, I will definitely throw it into the mix at some point. And that's a wrap. If you liked watching this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, you should really think about doing it and subscribing and changing your life. I'm not claiming that I can change your life. Never mind. Why am I talking? But subscribe if you'd like to. With that said, hope you're having a great day, and don't forget, keep writing. Well, hello there, and welcome to my YouTube channel of ness. Before we jump into this video's topic, I just wanted to stop and say, don't I look so professional? I had to be on camera today, so I went all big and put on a suit jacket, but it's not a real suit jacket. It's knit, so it's kind of fake. So they think that it's a suit jacket, but it's really not. And this pocket's not real. So There's nothing there. All right, now that I've told you the secret of my outfit. And, oh, and I'm wearing real pants today too. They were really, really freaking wet to the point where feather papered. Well, hello there. I'm Nusha. Now do I walk on like action? Well, wait, no. Nope, can't do that.